Hey, Lurn Nation. All right, so let's get down and dirty, right? Time to pick our niche. Now, let me tell you something. I always say this statement to our students who are starting a new digital business. I say, if you pick the wrong niche, you're doomed to fail from the beginning. And I actually find a lot. I'd say like 60 to 70%. That's just not mathematical, statistical data. It's just like a gut feeling. But 60 to 70% of students that do fail, that then come to us for the autopsy, right? So like they start a business, it doesn't work out. A few months later, they come and they help me, and we look at it. I'm like, why the heck are you in this niche? Like this niche, you failed from the day you started. So I really want to focus in on this video. I really want to go over how to pick a great niche. So we're going to share with you some really, really fundamental core things. Then I'm going to actually, in this video, I'm going to do a live demo and show you really cool tools, all free tools to evaluate, analyze, research, and just like kind of literally stalk a niche before you even choose to go into it. It's the foundation, guys. You got to put the right time in, right? And niches are ultimately needs. I want you to start thinking about niches differently. People think about niches and they start to think about what the market, like they start to think about weird things, but it's a very simple question. What does a human need? What does a human need and want so much that they're willing to pull their credit card out and use their hard-earned money to fulfill? Need. Big word, right? So the best niches fulfill people's needs. So what are we going to do? I love to go to Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. I think this is a great place to start. Now, don't worry. I'm going to break it all down for you. I'm going to give you the 3 basic groups of niches these are like the only 3 that I care to play in. All right, but let's do a psychological analysis. I'm big on psychology. So let's do a psychological analysis on Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. Now, the foundation, the very bottom, the very basic, the cement to the home is, well, physiological needs: air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction. Makes sense, right? Without these things, like, we're gonna die. So pretty much that's like hey, look, before you can have problems with your boyfriend or girlfriend or your wife or husband, you need air so you can just live. All right, number 2, safety needs: personal security, employment, resources, health, property. Again, this is why we go to our governments, and so they provide us with all that. Supposed to provide us with all that security, employment. We go to job, but we need money to be able to do any of the other things that hop up before it. So the 3rd level is love and belonging, friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection, right? We're starting to get into the areas where a lot of really good niches are possible for information marketers, right? Like, I'm not gonna make information on physiological needs. I mean, I guess I could, but not really. Safety, I guess I can, yes. For example, a really big niche in the digital publishing world is the whole what they call prepper. They call it the prepper market, the survivalists. These are the people that truly believe at some point the world's coming to an end, governments will take over, there'll be tyranny, and there's gonna be like a nuclear holocaust, and we're gonna need to hide underground. Like, there's a huge market. I'm telling you, billions of dollars. So I guess that fits into the safety needs, right? And then, let's go to level 4 since I'm digressing. Let's go to esteem. Esteem, this is respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. Starting to get into some really good places to play with the information marketing world. And then last but not least, self-actualization, desire to become the most one can be. That is a really good place to sit if you're doing information marketing. Tons of amazing things you can do there, okay? So understanding Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs is going to help you become a better marketer, because then not only will it help you pick a better niche, but you know what? When you're writing copy, writing emails, writing your opt-in pages, writing all these things, you got to know which one of these you're really going after. It's pretty awesome. All right, so let's go over the big 3 needs. I told you I could break it down to 3 things. If your niche, when especially you're just first starting, if your niche does not fit into one of these 3, I would highly consider doing a different one, okay? Now, I'm not saying that they all have to fit into these 3. I've actually done very well with niches that don't fit into any of these 3 that I'm going to show you, but that was after I was an experienced marketer, knew what I was doing, and had a little bit of money to burn and test things. But when you're first starting, I want you to stick to one of these 3 because they're time tested. Number 1, feeling good, health, fitness. Super big. I don't think I turn on the TV at any given time. All right, I don't have to say anything more. Health, weight loss, fitness, muscle building, all of these are massive. People want to be healthy and people are willing to spend good money. Financial security, huge. Massive. Come on. Whether it be, investment, whether it be how to be an entrepreneur. Like right now, you're looking for financial security, looking for wealth. That's why you're watching this video. And last but not least, love, relationships, connection, emotions, how to improve your marriage, how to find your soulmate, dating, you know, how to, I don't know, make more friends. Even that's probably a big niche. So literally the three that will lead to the most emotional connection, the deepest desires, where people are willing to spend tons and tons of money, they're right in front of you. So let me give you some niche examples, right? I want to start paving the way you look at niches. So notice how wealth is not a niche. I want to be wealthy is not a niche. Okay, it's way too it's way too generic. That's like if you wanted to learn how to be an entrepreneur, are you going to go to Google and type in business? I mean, that can mean anything. No. So an example of a niche is how to build an online business. Now, that still fits into the wealth category, but it's more specific, how to build an online business. Dog training, we're going to actually spend some time on this one today. It's not pet training, it's not pets. You're not in the niche of pets. You're not even in the niche of dogs. It's too big. You're in the niche of dog training. So it's very targeted. So we're going to actually do a research on this. We're going to determine if dog training is actually a good niche. It's a niche. Is it a good niche? We're going to figure it out today when I switch over to my computer and we actually do a live demo. And then knitting. That's a good niche, right? I mean, that's not arts and crafts. You're not a hobbyist niche. You're knitting. Like literally, you teach knitting. Example of a bad niche, personal development. A lot of people say this. This is the one I hear the most. That's why I put it there. What niche are you in? Personal development. What kind of personal development? Are you in marriage, relationships, soulmate seeking, spiritual awakening, peak performance? I mean, there are literally so many subdivisions and then divisions of the subdivisions. So you can't be in the personal development niche. You got to get it specific. That's what creates a great niche. So find your niche. You know what? You've got to find a niche that's not only specific, but that's big enough. So that's one of the things that we're going to go over is we're going to, now you might be sitting there thinking, oh, how do I do that? Listen, there are an infinite, I don't know how many thousands of niches there are that are not only big enough, but they are strong enough and passionate enough and they have money. And here's a little one that's not on the slide that I want to throw at you, and that is that they like information. They like information. You know, there's a reason why I wouldn't, one of our students came in and they were in a niche, and I'm not going to give it away for them. They were doing pretty well in it, but they were in a niche that has a beginning and an end. That means, I'll give you an example. That's a good example. That's not the niche they were in. SAT prep. It's a very good niche. You can make a lot of money, but here's why I don't like SAT prep. Look, a student or a person is in SAT prep season for 3 to 9 months. Then they're done. Move on. They'll never need you again. Versus something like golfing, right? So right then and there, when we talk about dog training, that's a good niche. I happen to know it's a very good niche. A lot of people make good money in it, but it's not the best niche because you train your dog to poo outside. Once the dog is trained to poo outside, you're done with that dog training niche, right? You're not going to be Googling stuff, but you could be in dog care. You could just go one little bit level higher. That way you could still do dog training. You could be a sub niche you're in, make a good amount of money in that. But then as soon as they're done with training their dog, you would have other things that they could also progress into. So there are ways to turn some generic niches profitable by having multiple sub-specific niches. But if you can hit all of these, that's when you're going to have someone. But you want to make sure it's something that someone wants information in regularly, because information marketing is super high margin. It's super adaptable to all economies, recession, depression, doesn't matter. Everyone's always looking for information. So here's my checklist, okay? There are 5 things that I look for when I'm trying to choose a great niche. Number 1, digital friendly. I just talked about that, okay? I don't want to necessarily always have to deal with physical products. Physical products require money. Physical products require lots of like shipping and warehousing and blah, 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 and the margins are always minimal on it. So I want a digital friendly niche. I want something where people will buy information. Competition. A lot of people out there would say competition is bad. Hey, you know what? We should find a niche that has 0 competition. That's exactly what I did when I first started, and I made 3 sales. I made $150 after trying for 3 months to sell that product. Don't do it again. Listen, competition is good because if there's other people making money in the niche, guess what? It's proven. And so I would rather have a tiny sliver of a huge pie than to have a big piece of a small pie. So size of audience. That's the third one here. I want to make sure they have a huge audience size. We're going to actually show you 2 tools that you can use for absolutely free that show you and give you a great idea of how big or how targeted a niche is. And oops, I went. Number 4 is popularity in search. Google's got an awesome tool. We'll look at it that literally gives you all the specifics, all the details, and Google is happy to say, okay, here's how many times keywords are searched on our platform to give you a really good idea of how many people care about that particular niche. And then last but not least, long-term potential. I just shared that with you earlier. I like to not be in niches where people will need me and then not need me. I want to be in a niche where I can develop a relationship with someone over time. As they grow, they'll still need me and still want to do business with me, because then my lifetime value, remember that from the prior video, LTV goes high, and I'm able to make a lot more money from them long term. All right? So those are the 5 things that we do. Niche ideas. Like, I'm just going to put all of these out. So let's see. I clicked the forward button too many times. So there we go. Boom. Tons of awesome examples. Let's read them out loud. Health issues, diabetes, chronic pain, anxiety, survivalist, digital marketing, investing. So far, all of those are long-term, hitting pain points, serving, creating value in these people's lives, and all of them, the pain is enough that they would, or the desire is enough that they would spend money on it. All right, dating advice, get your ex back. Weddings, NLP, bodybuilding, men's style, anti-aging, Reiki, spirituality, law of attraction, public speaking, hypnosis. All examples of niches that have long-term potential, that are digital friendly, information focused, big markets, lots of people that have money, they have a deep desire, they're willing to spend their money on it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. How exactly do you dissect and research a market? What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to flip over. All right, so we're going to flip back over, and I'm going to pull up the browser on my laptop. I'm going to show you some really cool. I'm going to do a crash course for you on some really cool tools that you can use. All right, so give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So the first website I'm at is called clickbank.com, CLICKBANK. I'm going to show you a place where you can go to ClickBank and check to see if there's competition, if are other people doing what you're thinking of doing, because the answer should be yes, otherwise don't do it. Go to Affiliate Marketplace. Right from clickbank.com, you go to Affiliate Marketplace, you click that. This is absolutely free, by the way. You're not going to have to spend a penny on this. And look at all these categories. By the way, ClickBank's got like some 10 or 15,000 digital products on there. You can promote them. This is one of the top places to go to get your affiliate link and start promoting offers. So we were talking about dog training, right? I don't know. It's probably under home and garden or pets, but we could, just for sake of simplicity, let's go check out health and fitness. Just keep it fast. All right, here's how I know health and fitness has got a huge market potential. Right here, this is a gravity of 135, almost 135, 134.58. So what's really powerful about that is this number, nobody knows what that gravity actually reflects, but what we do know is that the higher it is, the more popular the product is. That means the more affiliates. This is directly related to the number of affiliates that are getting active sales with this product. And 134 on ClickBank is a huge number. What I want to do is I want to make sure that there's multiple products in the weight loss, fat burning, or flat stomach space that have really high gravities. 306, that's huge. Even this one, 85, that's great. This one, 101, that's awesome. 77, that's great. 63, all right, we're still good, and we're so far down page number 1, and our gravity is still pretty good. And so even at the end of page number 1, we're still in the 100 here plus on gravity. What that tells me is that we have an active group of affiliates in this niche. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know much more detail. I don't need to know exactly how gravity is calculated. I just want to make sure, are there other people that are in this niche? Now, I'll give you an example. We could go into, let's go to employment and jobs. Okay. Look at, this is a drastic difference, right? So we look at employment and jobs. Writing jobs, get paid to write online. That's interesting. 53 gravity. So there is definitely affiliate activity there. Legit jobs online. Uh-oh, we fell straight to 11. Number 3, photography jobs online. 33. All right. Get a 60K career in a year. 2.57. So it's funny. In this space, right, we clicked on employment and jobs. Again, the ones that are doing the best seem to be like focused around how to turn it into a business. Career accelerator, 1.65. Writing to wealth, 3.47. You can already tell, right? The first indication here is it's not an active affiliate space. That means there's not a lot of other affiliates out there that are making money in this space. So at least for my first one, I'm gonna maybe kind of gear away from it a little bit. All right. So I love using clickbank.com. It's a free source. Go to it. It's awesome. Now, are you going to get like super awesome, crazy data? No, you're just trying to get a general feel, just a little bit of litmus test to see if you're onto something good or not. All right. Let's go number two, magazines.com. Really cool. Here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. If your niche doesn't have a magazine devoted to it, don't do it. Simple. If your niche does not have a magazine devoted to it, there's not enough people out there willing to spend. It's expensive to have a magazine. To have a magazine, to print it, to get it written, to have all the photography, all the design work, and then to pay for the shipping, the physical shipping of all of them. You got to have enough people out there willing to buy enough subscriptions to make it worth anyone in your time. It's huge. So if there isn't a magazine around the world of career development, probably a reason, right? So you got to look into all of these, but you get some really cool ideas here too. Like I'll go, for example, I never thought about parenting having a, so let's see, are there multiple magazines in the niche of parenting? Well, what do you know? Cool. We got ourselves a bit of a winner. I can go do some research on this at least. I'm not saying I'm going to go jump headfirst into it, but history. History is important enough that there's enough people super interested in history that they would buy magazines related to it. So I'll look at this. How many? Oh, interesting. Aviation. We've got a lot of aviation. And we got stuff about wars. Never thought. Honestly, this is like a genuine reaction. I've never looked at this before, but it's interesting. So if I can find a topic that has multiple magazines about it, that means there's multiple people out there buying these magazines, and there's a company out there crazy enough to go through all of this cost, because you don't have to spend any money when you're building an email business. It's super easy, super cheap. You can start sending emails out. But if there's companies crazy enough to spend all this money to publish a magazine, that must mean that there's tons of people out there willing to buy the magazine. Otherwise, the magazine would not ever exist, right? So really great resource. Go to magazines.com. Third, I love this tool. It's called Facebook Audience Insights. Now, here's the deal with Facebook Audience Insights. You do need to go to facebook.com/ads, ADS. Facebook.com/ads, ADS, and create an ad account. Now, right there, I can hear you saying, Anik, I can't create an ad account. That's ridiculous. I don't have that kind of money to create an ad account. Well, I'm telling you right now, right this minute, it costs $0. Just put a credit card in. They won't charge you a penny. And you can use a really cool tool called Audience Insights. So right here, we go to interests. Okay, we go to interests, and you could type in anything. So we'll type in dog training. And Facebook gives you tremendous amounts of amazing information. Just in the United States, right here, United States, 5 to 6 million monthly active people. 75% of them are women. Teaches you how you should target your market, right? Teaches you how to write better. You should probably write a little bit more feminine. And then you can go further in and look over here to page likes and try to see like, okay, the dog training space, what kind of pages do they sit on? Where do they exist mostly? Tells you right there, off-leash canine training, pets ad life. These are the most popular pages. Chewy.com, family pet, I love dogs. So if I'm going to go do Facebook advertising and I'm in the dog training niche, bam, I'm going to hit these pages first. Free information straight out of Facebook. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over to Google. Again, now, if you're in our email startup incubator, we go through this in much, much greater detail. We hold your hand. We do daily coaching. We really work with you. But when we go into the keyword planner, this is really easy. Now, again, you have to have a Google Ads account. You've got to have a Google Ads account, but you don't have to spend any money. You just have to activate the account. That's all. And literally, remember, keyword planner. That's what it's called, keyword planner. You can go to Google, type it in, and it'll find your way over here. Check this out. I had typed in the word dog training, okay? All I have to do is hit the plus sign here, and I can put in any word I want. I typed the word dog training, and it told me 53,851 clicks, gets 1.59 million impressions in the given time frame, and I got all kinds of crazy data here, okay? All kinds of crazy data. The CTRs are high. And so what this tells me is, okay, there's tons of other people out there looking for this. So we used a very, very superficial level, very high level to get to this point, but this is enough to at least help you get to the next stage. All right? So with that said, go forth and prosper, guys. This is how you find great niches. you want to watch that video below, get into our on-demand webinar, join us in our email startup incubator, and we'll actually help you choose your niche. We'll actually help you select everything, okay? This is Onyx God reminding you, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. Talk to you soon.